Mike Tyson is here on Juan Epstein, Cypher Sounds. This is a big one. The book is out, or no, it's not out. It's out November 12th. Is that right, Mike?
This is true, Peter.
See, there you go. Mike, what are you eating, by the way? What are you snacking on?
Some egg whites.
Some egg whites.
Little wrap, little breakfast
Little
wrap.
breakfast wrap, getting the media tour started. All right, so while Mike is finishing his snack.
You don't watch out in New York, you're going to be fat as a New York blimp.
Who you telling? I'm
You
a
gotta be
fat
careful.
fuck.
How are you? How's your weight these days?
Pretty good, but it's going towards the fat.
I was gonna say you look a few pounds heavier than last time I saw you.
Really? He looks skinnier than the last time I saw him.
No,
I don't know. I judge by my clothes. My clothes baggy, that means I'm good. I don't have to work out for a week, but if my clothes fit good, that means I'm good.
How hard do you work out like every day?
No, just 2 hours a day.
Just what do you mean?
Just
Mike,
2 hours.
what? That's for me. If I push myself to 35 minutes on the elliptical, I think that's a good day. 2 hours?
An hour in the morning and then an hour in the afternoon.
Oh my god! And what kind of stuff do you do?
Just bike and light weights. Do the hour bike in the morning.
You hit the bag still or no?
No, later for that. That's hard work.
Hitting the bags that hard, huh?
Yeah, it's hard.
No more boxing stuff.
No way.
You don't do any sparring or.
No way, because then I'll be hitting people in the street, because that's the only thing that happens. You practice.
Gets in the zone.
Yeah,
That's a real practice.
In the Zizzo.
Yo, Mike, I gotta say,
Zizzo, Pete.
I just watched the last couple episodes of Being Mike Tyson, and I'm very critical of everything that is Mike Tyson on television. It was really fucking good, man.
What's being Mike Tyson? The pigeon shit?
It's not the pigeon shit. It was like a bio TV show. Like, what was it? 8 episodes? 6 episodes about Mike's life on Fox Sports 1.
Oh.
And the last
pigeon shit.
The pigeon shit.
What's the pigeon show?
He did a pigeon show too.
Take it on, Tyson.
Taking on Tyson.
Taking on. Okay.
So this, like, he went and did the last couple episodes. He went and saw Muhammad Ali, which is a pretty touching scene where he goes to Muhammad Ali's house and spends time with him. Yeah, pretty.
It's on Fox Sports.
Fox Sports 1. Yeah.
Oh wow.
They give you a nice check for that, Mike.
Yeah, really nice.
They paid decent.
Really nice. Really nice.
It was pretty good though. I was pretty pleased with the show. I thought it was well done.
Thank you, Peter.
What do you think about? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No,
The Jay-Z line.
What about it? I never heard of it.
The Jay-Z line. He says,
Look what that did to Tyson.
"All this money." No, he says something.
All this
that
money
shit's enticing.
But look what
Look what it did to Tyson. 30 mil in one night. Something.
It's about you losing money. It's basically about being tempted by the
All the
demons.
paparazzi and the lights.
I'm just happy that he talks about me. It's really cool.
Mike, you are the most referenced athlete in the history of hip
Could be
hop.
true. No, you think so? Maybe Jordan.
I think Tyson over Jordan.
Really?
I do. What do you have any you remember that you actually care about that you were like excited by?
Hey, I'm just here living life, man.
Do you remember any of them? What about when
Fuck all
Nas?
this Buddhist shit,
What?
man.
Yeah, no, he's
Come
too
on,
nice.
man.
What about when Nas said? Nas is like Iron Mike? Do you remember that one?
Hey, man, I'm just out here with a human being. Doing this.
Okay, here's a question I have for you. Has HBO made an offer yet to have you permanently a part of HBO Boxing?
No, they never even consider it. What do you mean? I'm just here like living life, man. They I got an HBO show coming out, Undisputed Truth.
When does Undisputed Truth air on HBO?
16th, I believe.
On the 16th, right after the book. So that's a huge week. You have the book called Undisputed Truth.
And the book's more in detail. That's only 90 minutes, so I can't really be too truthful in 90 minutes. Can't get it all out there, so I put as much as I could in there.
How much of this book does it really feel like you're like you when you read it? Because to me, Larry, it sounds like he got your voice pretty well. Like this feels like you when you're reading it.
Well, the only thing that's probably inaccurate is probably some of the dates. I forget the dates every now and then. Probably a year or two off of the dates, but other than that, it's pretty accurate.
What do you do? I always wonder when people write biographies, how do you go about, like, is there an exercise you can do to like try to jog your memory to get back?
This is what happened. He came, I guess it was 2 years before to write the book with me, a year and a half, and that was me in my I think I was in my cocaine stage back then.
Mm-hmm.
So he said something about my wife or my ex-wife life with Robin, and then it evoked some really creepy memories. So I said, "Whoa, I can't deal with this." So I said, "Come back later." So yeah, so I said, "Come back later for this shit," right? So then the next thing I know, I did the book. I was as truthful as I can be. And as I said before, the only thing that's probably off is the dates.
So he would ask you questions to jog the memories. He would Larry would like push
A
you
lot of research.
and then try to get stuff.
Yeah, and then he asked me about things and told me to talk about my childhood.
So right after I interviewed you last time, we had that long interview and we talked about a lot of stuff, including your relationship with
Can you
Teddy.
move the book? His face is staring at me, and I don't
From both
like
sides. No, I want you to have Mike staring at you from
I
both
don't like
sides.
it.
Look, no matter how you.
This is scarier. I'd rather look at this guy.
The real one.
This right here is like
So right after I saw you last
Most
time,
Def album cover.
it does look like the Most Def album cover. So right after I saw you last time, we talked about Teddy Atlas in the interview, and then you actually went and talked to him for the first time ever. How did it go when you saw Teddy?
I don't know. Just made amends. I didn't do it for Teddy. I did it for myself. I don't have to look over and say, "Oh, this guy's this or this guy's that." And
Who's Teddy?
Syfe, Teddy was a trainer with Customato back in the day.
Got it.
And they had a big falling out because he said that Mike grabbed his sister-in-law's butt when she was like 10 years old.
she wasn't 10 years old. She was 12 years
12 years old. And he shot a gun next to Mike. He was like, "You're not going to fuck with my family." And he fired a gun right next to, like, what were you,
This is like
15?
in the-
Yes.
He was 15. So he's scared,
Wow.
so Mike was obviously freaked out. Cuss kicks him out of camp. He never
Kicks
comes
who
back.
out of camp?
Teddy.
Oh, Teddy.
Yeah. Mike was the golden boy.
Right.
Teddy was fucking gone.
Fuck, you messing with my golden boy.
Yeah, you're
for?
fucking gone. So, and then Mike and Teddy never talked again. Then over the years, what would always bother me as a Tyson fan was Teddy would just take a lot of opportunities to kind of still, stab at Mike.
He was still trading.
Yeah.
Other people.
Yeah. No, he worked for ESPN and stuff. So anyways, Mike saw him and he, at least made good. He was receptive though.
Well, I don't think so. Deep down in his heart, he didn't appear to be. He thought I was. I don't know. That's just. I don't know. Maybe it's just not meant for me and him to be friends.
So you didn't get a really sincere, like, loving response.
I didn't get a warm and loving response, but it was cool because it wasn't
fine.
for him. It wasn't for that. It was just for me.
But you feel better.
I feel
You said it.
Yes.
That's how I felt with Khaled.
With DJ Khaled, Syfe, that was another monumental meaning. Syfe made up with DJ Khaled the other day. They had a
Would you
spat.
say made up?
Well, you more fought than you did make up.
Yeah.
Made up after.
But I felt better after I expressed my feelings.
Mike, so I got to tell you, I freaked out a little bit when I'm sitting home one night, and I told you about this before, and I've interviewed that.
Tell me again. I forget what you said.
Well, no, I didn't tell you this part. I'll fill you in. So, as you know, I'm a big fan. So my family knows like how big a fan I am. So one night I'm sitting around the house, and my dad calls me and he goes, "Hey, do you see the story about Mike?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it was the day that you had the press conference where you went off and told the whole world that you'd relapsed. And so I freaked out. Because truth is, that night when I saw you in that press conference, it was the first time I'd seen you look like you were in the kind of like your old space. Like you looked like you were very thrown off, and you made it seem, people thought as if you were saying that you'd been lying and using drugs the whole time when you'd only relapsed once.
I did one relapse.
So you were just beating the shit out of yourself? You just felt terrible?
Yeah, because I had 4 years. That was a long time, and but what do? I just pick myself up, clean myself up.
What did you relapse with?
On some liquor.
Just liquor?
Yeah.
Did you get wasted? You just got wasted one night?
Well, I was wasted after I took a couple of shots. Yeah.
And that was it?
Yeah.
And then And then how and then were you like, holy shit, I just relapsed after 4 years of being clean?
No, I felt great, and then I woke up the next morning. Oh shit, I just relapsed.
Well, why did you do it? Were you celebrating something or
no? I just
just a random night.
Yeah, you never know when it's gonna hit you, dude.
It just came up and got you one night.
Yeah.
So then when you went on TV, it was like that old. Let me put it this way. Mike, the last couple years, has made me really happy because when I see him in interviews, I always tell everyone, I'm like, Mike's at peace. He's doing really good. He's happy. And in the interviews that weekend when they were interviewing you, I could tell how distraught you were. You seemed like you were clearly.
Well, Peter.
There you go. It's fine.
Peter.
I like Dave.
No, Peter's better. I keep confusing every time I'm up here. Forget it. David's not here. But anyway, we just a lot of good things were happening. People were, investing money and time in me, and I didn't want them to believe they were buying something they wasn't. And so I just had to let them know this is what I did, and if you're still interested in me, good. If not, hey, I understand.
But they say the worst thing you could do is if you have an accident or relapse and do something, the worst thing you could do is beat yourself up about it, and that makes people do it more. They're like, fuck it, I fucked up, and go right back down the hole.
I don't know. I just that's just who I am.
You went right back to meetings though, and just
went back to it. Just one night, I just went back.
Was your wife pissed? Or was she supportive?
Probably so, but she's always supportive.
A little more concerned.
She's always supportive. She knows I'm a fuck up pretty much.
It happens sometimes, but you're doing pretty good.
I think you're great.
You're doing really good.
4 years though, it probably feels like They gotta start over.
But listen. Hopefully it'll be different this time, because it's always like a 4 or 5 years, and then boom, I can slip. 4 or 5 years, boom. Hope it doesn't happen this time.
No, well, listen, I got news for you, though. If you slip and have a drink once every 5 years for the rest of your life, that would be pretty good. You drink like 10 more times. You'd be done for the rest of your life. Hopefully it never happens again.
Hopefully not.